Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back again and all of that neat stuff. I've got one of these to show you today. It's a lightning to HDMI adapter, and you can use it to plug your phone into your BlackMagic ATEM Mini. I'll show you how to in just a moment. Hey guys, really good to see you again. Now before I get started, just a quick reminder to click all of those things down below, leave comments and questions down under there and all that sort of thing as well. You've heard all this before, share it out with your friends, and now we'll get to the thing you're actually here for, which is looking at this little white dongly bit of plasticky stuff. It's a lightning to HDMI adapter, and it goes on your phone and lets you plug your phone into something that takes an HDMI source like a TV or the BlackMagic ATEM Mini, which happens to be what we're going to look at today, is setting this up on an ATEM Mini channel and making sure it's working, and looking at a couple of quirks I've noticed about this as well. Hang around right through the video and you'll see what doesn't quite work. Also means that you get all the way to the end of the video, so I get more watch time. So I'm going to start anyway by taking this thing here and an iPhone, which I just happen to have very handy right here next to me. You'd almost think I'd set this up. And I'm going to plug the adapter into the iPhone, just like that. Just goes straight into the port there. And then I'm going to take an HDMI cable, which is also conveniently hooked straight into the ATEM Mini right at the moment. I just dropped the phone, and I'm just going to plug that in there, just like that. This is just so simple at the moment, isn't it? Ridiculously easy. And last bit, of course, is I'm going to take a lightning cable, and I'm going to plug that into the bottom of the adapter right here. And that means that the phone has got power, the adapter's got power, so that when it's running, it's not going to go flat on you while you're using it. Okay, so that is set up now, and it kind of looks like this. So what we've got here is the phone, the adapter, plugged into the HDMI cable and power. The HDMI cable comes all the way over here into the back of the ATEM Mini onto channel 4. When I click that channel, you can see up here that the ATEM's coming up and fitting on the screen. So all of that sort of stuff we've got running, you can see up there, and you can make really cool wiggly patterns and things. So that's the easy bit. The connectivity between these things just works quite nicely. What I'd want to show you now is some of the applications, because that's where it gets a little bit trickier, and some things you think would work properly don't, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So the application I'm using here is Filmic Pro. You've probably seen Filmic Pro things online before. If you haven't, have a look at the links down there, and I will make sure that there's some videos about Filmic Pro come up on the channel soon. There's quite a bit of stuff that I really want to do with Filmic Pro and show you, because it's a fantastic application, but I'll get more into that one in more detail in another video. Now in Filmic Pro here, we've got a lot of things that appear on the screen. I can show you, we've got these buttons down the bottom here. We've got the audio levels, and we've got the exposure and focus controls in the middle here. Now, just by default, if I was to flick this back up onto the monitor, the recorder, you can see here that it's got the circles and things coming right through on the recording. Something I can do in Filmic Pro is click on Settings, go into Device, and scroll up a little bit, and it's got a couple of options in here. Tap to hide interface, so I'll turn that on, and hide reticles with interface. That's the focus and exposure little shapes I showed you on screen just before. If I do that and back out of there, now if I just tap on the screen, those things disappear, and now, as you can see here, we've got a nice clean interface. It doesn't have these other things around here showing up on screen looking messy. That's really cool. That's what we want. So we've got a clean HDMI feed out of the phone and onto the monitor that you're looking at right now. Looking at another monitor, this one here, which that's weird. I reach out to here and my finger comes back in from the other angle. Anyway, enough of messing about with that. So that gives us a good clean feed from here. There's a bit of a problem though if I want to use the iPhone 11. I've just noticed today that there's, I don't know if it's a bug or just a feature difference, but whatever it is, it doesn't work. What I'm going to do now is take the cable out of here and put it into the iPhone 11, and I'll just turn that on and open up Filmic Pro. There we go. And you'll see what happens here. So here you go, and you can see with Filmic Pro, and I'll just get myself up here, you're not seeing all of the screen. Up here and over there and off to the sides, there's quite a big gap of black around this. And that's because for some reason, out of the iPhone 11, it's scaling the whole image in. So even if I get rid of that other stuff on the screen before, I can do that same sort of thing. But there's that big space around all of it. You can see it when I point this camera at itself over here. All that big gap around the side, that wasn't there with the iPhone 6. So for doing this sort of thing, I'll just keep using the iPhone 6, which is fine as well because I don't have a SIM card in it, and it's really only here as a camera anyway. Now you might be excused for thinking that the Apple camera app, the default one built into iOS on your phone, would be an ideal one for streaming clean HDMI out, especially considering that the adapter is an Apple adapter. Unfortunately, you'd be sadly mistaken. You see, even though this is giving a good image, it does just mirror this out directly to an HDMI device. And it even gets worse than that, sadly. If you were to rotate this that way, you can see on here that the image is rotated on the screen. It's you know, giving you a widescreen version of what you think you should get. And I think it's no, it hasn't even rotated the images, but unfortunately on the output, as you can see, when I rotate it, it just rotates the image. It doesn't actually flip the application sideways. So despite this being the native camera app on the phone, when you flip it sideways, unlike a lot of other applications, this application just stays vertical. I don't know, maybe they just want everybody to buy vertical TVs. That's all I can think of. No widescreen from the native Apple app. That's a bit disappointing. But there's another app that you can try. I just downloaded this thing here called VizLive. I'll click on that and open it up. And as you can see, well, I've got that open. It's looking at me right there. There you go. I can see myself on the screen there. And if I flip this sideways, that does flip sideways. Unfortunately, on the iPhone 11, I'll just show you that there, it freezes up. That's exactly what we're getting. So I've got the phone up that way, I can see the image and it's animated and it's doing everything you expect it to do. Turn the phone sideways, and while the application does go sideways, on the iPhone 11 that freezes. Let's have a look at the same one on the iPhone 6. So here we are on the iPhone 6. I've got VizLive F full screen camera on there. That's what FSC stands for. I'll just launch that one, wait for it to come up, and here we go. So straight away I can see that it is full screen. There you go, on the monitor there. And if I take it sideways here, it freezes again, sadly. So yeah, that app fails. So there you go. Basically, if you want to do full screen on here, it's Filmic Pro, and it's on the iPhone 6. The iPhone 7 won't do it. This other app, thankfully that didn't actually cost me anything, so don't have to go for a refund on it. So anyway, I hope this has been slightly useful to you and not too disappointing. Personally, I'm not that happy with the outcome of a lot of these things using the phone. Might be something to do with the HDMI adapter, because to be fair, it's doing it for all the applications on the iPhone 11, not just the screen capture ones. So that's got to be something to do with the output, and I'll be putting in an Apple support request for that one and let you know how that goes. In the meantime, if you want to subscribe so you see the outcome of these things, you can click on this thing down here, and we've got these two videos up the side here which are going to be really interesting because they're related to the sorts of things you search for. Hopefully that's my channel, one of them at least. See you later.